Hi there, welcome to Way to Grow. We've got one of the last sunbeams of summer here at Lacoste Gardens. I'm here with Dwayne Friesen and we're talking about some of the work that needs to be done in fall in the garden. There's always work in the garden,
There's
right?
always work in the garden, and most people will associate work that they do in the garden in fall as the cleanup process. Well, we've been preaching this for many, many years already, but fall is an excellent time to do your planting, and I'm actually of the opinion that if you've got some planting to do, fall is actually a better time to do it than in spring, and there's a number of reasons for that. Like I say, the sun is still feeling quite warm at this time of year, and I guess the debate is, did we have summer?
Yeah.
But the ground is warm, the sun is still warm, so conditions are really good for that plant to develop. But the plant doesn't have those usual stresses of a summer to deal with now if you're planting it. They don't have to deal with the extreme heat and trying to get their roots established, but trying to keep their leaves happy with the amount of water that they need. In fall, the ground is warm, so it encourages really, really good root development. But the leaves are starting to, it's going to be cooler, and the leaves are starting to get ready for fall. They're not growing anymore. They're demanding less water. The whole plant is demanding less water. So that plant can just now concentrate on rooting and spreading out those roots. And even after the leaves are off, and we've even had some frost, those roots keep growing long into the fall until the ground is frozen. So you have may have a 6 to 8 week period where you've got nothing happening on the plant but root growth. And
now come wintertime, I'm just going to interrupt you there. Come wintertime, those roots, do they not freeze and die? Or they?
No, they will freeze, but they're designed to do that. It's okay for them to freeze. With the plants that we have here, with the hardiness that they are, they're designed to freeze. So they can do that, and as the temperatures start to cool, they'll start to shut down. So they're okay with that freezing. But as long as that ground is warm, they're growing. Then next spring, as the ground starts to warm up, but before the plant leaves out, those roots start to grow again. So now you look at maybe 6 to 8 weeks in fall of root growth, and you look in spring, maybe another 4 weeks or 6 weeks of root growth prior to any leaf being opening up on it. Well, when that plant does have to face that first heat of summer, it's established. It's like you've gained a year on it. So fall can be a great time with that, and with just a few exceptions, most plants love to be planted in the fall. So when you're looking around at any projects that you want to do them now in the fall. It can save you that time in spring. There's always a gazillion things to do. If you've got kids, you're running around for soccer, baseball, football, what have you, you're running around with your kids doing that. Get some of that work done in the fall. And the fall planting is great. And perennials too. Perennials love to be moved around in the fall, and the temperatures are cooler. I've got a couple examples here of perennials that you can work with. This first one here is a peony, and general rule with perennials, if you want to do any of your transplanting of perennials in the fall or doing the divisions on them, dividing up your roots of perennials, do that with perennials that bloom in the spring or early summer. Do that in the fall, so that you're not going to disturb their flowering sequence for next year. If we take this peony and dig it up in the spring and divide it up, and you're kind of mutilating the plant a little, it's rough on them, and do that in the spring, it probably would abort its flowers. So if we do this in the fall, it won't. It'll be set to go, so you can do that. And you're digging it up, you can see that there's going to be various growing points in here. With your divisions of your perennials, you're making sure that you have 2 or 3 growing points, or the eyes showing up on your perennials when you do your transplanting in each division, so you do those.
So division and eye, sorry, you just show me what that is.
I can't do it now because the plant is a little bit too active, but if we strip this soil away and wash the soil off, you would see the root, and you would see where the new shoot is going to come up for next year, and that would be called the eye on it. And that would be that. I've got a daylily here I'm picking up in my other hand here, and if the camera can get in there, you can see that there's definitely different plants growing in there. That would be where you could do your divisions on there too, and keeping 2 or 3 growing points per division on there. And again, this is going to be something that blooms now in the summer. So great to do it now, and you're not going to disturb that flowering in next year.
Amazing.
So fall, don't look at it as a time just to do the cleanup. It's a time where you can do your rejuvenation. You can do all of that new planting. We have everything in the garden center that you need for your planting with the trees and shrubs, and we can get them. Actually, the nurseries are very well stocked in fall with plants because our suppliers have all of their summer's production. So we can get just about everything for you that you need to do your planting too. So don't feel as if, well, you don't have it, you can't plant it. We can get it for you too. So take advantage of that fall for doing your planting.
And then you're that much more excited to wait all winter for that, and everything's got a head start.
Yeah. And the success rate is exceptional with fall planting. So if you're worried about, oh, the winter's going to be hard on it, no, actually it's a very, very good time to do it, and you'll have an extremely good success rate with it.
Okay. If people have more questions about this, what should they do?
Yeah, they can come down and see us at Lacoste Garden Center. We're located at 2787 St. Mary's Road. You can come down and see me or any of the staff here in the nursery or in the greenhouse and talk about what you can be doing with your plants in the fall. Or you can visit us online at lacostegardencentre.ca.